Good morning, gamers! Welcome to another edition of Xbox Beyond the Box. I'm your host, Dragon Dust. Hey gamers, before we get started, if you would please smash the hell out of the like button, and if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel. We really appreciate it. So what are we doing today, gamers? Well, today's the 16th of the month, so you know what that means. It's the second half of Games Gold Review. So we're going to do two games today, Tales from the Borderlands and Deadfall. So with that being said, let's get started really quick, get right into it. Tales from the Borderlands, right here on Xbox Beyond the Box. So gamers, what exactly is Tales from the Borderlands? Well, it's by Telltale Games, so if you've played any of their games, then you know it's basically like a animated choose-your-own-adventure book, I guess is the best way to put it. Basically, you're going to make choices that affect the people in the game, how the game ends. It's kind of like Mass Effect without, the action, the gunplay, and stuff like that. Now, there is button timings. You get to basically, choose your conversation paths, But for the most part, I mean, unless you're really into this, it's going to feel kind of dull. If you're one of those that's, running gun, or, you're the stealth shooter, or, any type of anything that really is expanded into the action area, this game is going to bore you to tears. Now, if you are one of those that likes to kind of relax, slow down the pace a little bit, make choices. Now, remember, on the choices here, it is really quick. You have a bar that constantly goes down, which is something I think they needed for Mass Effect. But, nonetheless, not want to get off topic here. But Tales from the Borderlands, some cheeky comedy, a little bit of blood and guts, but it is not really my cup of tea. Like I say, if you want to slow down, and have that, kind of pace of game where you're making these little choices here or there, and, more into the story, I guess, would be the words. If you're more into that story area, then this is definitely the game for you. I'm pretty much done doing the rating system. I'm going to tell you what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and it's up to you whether or not you want to get this. I mean, it's with Games with Gold, and so, take a few minutes, hell, if anything, scrape it for achievements and move on with your day. You only get 5 episodes, or 5 seasons, and then you got to buy the rest, just so you know. They don't offer you the complete series here, just 5, which is kind of redundant here when it's Games with Gold and they don't give you the complete game. Got to buy the rest. But, nonetheless, let's move on to the next game, which is Deadfall. It's the 360 title, right here on Xbox Beyond the Box. So gamers, here we are, Deadfall Adventures, and I've got to be honest, it basically feels like a Mummy or Indiana Jones ripoff with a little bit of Tomb Raider in there. But with that being said, the game is actually really fun. I kind of suck at shooters. I'm not the guy that you want on your team as far as, multiplayer, because I can't hit the broadside of a barn at 2 inches. But nonetheless, the game is full of puzzles, great graphics, a little cheesy. It feels like the creators went, hey, nobody's alive to remember the 80s, so let's make a game about it. And, other than that, I mean, the game is still pretty good. Definitely worth the time to play. If anything for the gunplay, like I say, one of the tips I have for you, and you'll find it on the game, is make sure you explore every nook and cranny on the game. But, for Games with Gold, for 2 free games, it is not that bad of a choice. You've got Tales from the Borderlands and Deadfall Adventures. I highly recommend you get both if you're into the games that I've recommended. So gamers, with that being said, we want to hear from you. Have you played these 2 games yet? What'd you think about them? Leave us a comment in the comment section below. I've been your host, Dragon Dust. This has been Xbox Beyond the Box. I hope you enjoy the Games with Gold review for November 16th, 2017. Hey, we love you, and I'm out of here.